Hi everybody. In this video I'm going to go over multinational financial management, and I will specifically talk about the exchange rates and how it affects multinational corporations or any type of corporation who is doing export or import. Let's take a look at with the orange juice example that was given in the deck. So we are a firm. We can produce a liter of orange juice and ship it to Japan for $1.75 per unit, and we want 50% markup. And the question is, what should be the selling price in Japan? And $1, one US dollar, let me write that this way, USD stands for US dollar, trades for 111.11 yens. So in this example, our cost is 1.75. We are doing 50% markup, so we are increasing it by 50%. This is the dollar we are going to charge. And in the market, we can buy or sell US dollars for 111.11. So we multiply it by the yen per dollar exchange rate, and we find the Japanese yen amount. Now we are in the other piece. We are introducing a third country into the mix, Australia in this case, and we will assume that we are a multinational firm, US firm. Now we have an operation in Japan, and it will cost us 250 yens to produce and ship it to Australia, and then we can sell it in Australia for 6 Australian dollars. And the question is, what is the US dollar profit on the sale? Now 1 yen is 0.138 Australian dollars. We know that $1 is 111.11 yens, and hence if you multiply 111.11 multiplied by 0.0138 Australian dollars, you'll find that the exchange rate between US dollar and Australian dollar is 1 USD is 1.53 Australian dollars. Now coming back to the example, cost in Australian dollars is going to be 250 yens multiplied by the exchange rate between Australian dollars and yens. It is 3.45 Australian dollars. We are selling it for $6, so the net profit is 2.55 Australian dollars. Now we can convert this into US dollars, USD. We just need to divide 2.55 by 1.53 to find that our USD profit on a given unit is $1.66 on USD. Now it's again a US operation. It's a multinational operation. We are based in the US. We are manufacturing in Japan and selling in Australia. Let's see what happens when the exchange rate changes. For example, in this particular case, let's take a look at strengthening US dollar. Strengthening US dollar means US dollar will buy more Australian dollars. So in this case, a stronger US dollar, USD, is 2 Australian dollars compared to 1.53 right here. So we have a stronger US dollar, and US dollar profit in this case will be 2.55. This doesn't change. The exchange rate, this 1.53 is changing to 2. Now our US dollar profit will be 1.275. So in this multinational operation, we are facing an exchange rate risk. A strengthening US dollar in this particular case is causing us a decline in profit in our home currency, US dollar in this case. And the question is, how can we minimize the exchange rate risk if there are fluctuations, and there will always be fluctuations between two currencies or multiple currencies? And the answer for that is derivatives. Just like we had the corn producer in the other video when I explained derivatives, in this case now we have a multinational corporation, and that multinational corporation wants to fix the prices of, for example, the price of US dollar in terms of Australian dollars, or the price of yen in terms of US dollars. They want to fix it so that the fluctuations won't hurt them. We are going to talk about one particular case. We are going to talk about forward contracts in this example. You can do multiple things. You can do futures. You can buy options. You can limit your exposure and say, you know what, I'm going to restrict my currency exposure, and I'm going to buy some options. And if things go in the other direction I want them to go, for example, in this case, I'm going to exercise the options, is one example. But what we are going to do here is we are going to talk about specifically the forward contract. Now, spot price is basically what you are exchanging in the market today, and forward price is what you are exchanging in the market today for a contract a year from now or 6 months from now. Hence, it's forward contract. Now, spot rates again are what you are buying today, and forward rates are buy currency at some agreed upon in the future date. So what you're basically doing in forward contract is, with the other party, you are shaking hands and you are saying, a year from now I'm going to buy X amount of yen for the price of whatever the forward contract price is, and I'm going to exchange it for US dollars. So you are kind of fixing your foreign exchange exposure in that sense. And the chapter goes on and explains basically a formula which goes pretty much like the forward rate is basically equal to 1 plus the interest rate in the home currency divided by 1 plus the interest rate in another country in the exchange where you are going to do the exchange rate, multiply that by the spot price. So if you multiply both sides of the equation, you are going to have forward contract is spot price multiplied by the division of the 1 plus the interest rates. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's take euros for example and assume that you can buy spot price of euro is 1.1 US dollars. So you give 1 euro, you will get 1.1 US dollars, or vice versa. You get 1.1 dollars and you give 1.1 dollars and you get 1 euro. Now assume that the annual interest rate in the US is 1% and in Europe it's 10%. Now let's calculate the forward rate a year from now. According to the formula that I have right here, what we need to do is we are going to multiply the spot price by the 1 plus the home currency's interest rate. In the US, home, it's 1%. Divide by 1 plus 10% it's what's in Europe. So the euro forward rate needs to cost $1.01 today. So if you are going to shake hands with someone in this interest rate environment, the forward rate price is pretty much fixed by the spot price of today and by the interest rates. And I'm going to show you why that's the case. And let's assume that the euro forward would cost, in just example, would cost 0.9. So it's not 1.01. So it's deviating from that, and it's deviating from that to 0.9. Now what will happen if forward cost will be like this? People would immediately borrow. They will see this opportunity. It's not going to happen, first of all, but if it would happen, here is what would happen. People would borrow 100 euros and sell them in the market for $110. So they will borrow 100 euros and they are going to sell them in the market for 110 US dollars. Then they will deposit 110 US dollars and get 1% return. In the meantime, they will buy this lucrative forward contract. A year later, they will have with 1% return, they will have $111.10, and then immediately exchange it for euros at this lucrative price, $0.9 per euro. And if you exchange it with this exchange rate a year from now, you are going to get $123.44 euros. Then they will pay, remember they borrowed 100 euros, they will pay the debt for 110. There's an additional 10 because there's 10% interest rate in Europe, so you need to pay $10 in interest. In total you are going to pay $110, and you would make a profit of the difference between the two, $123.44 minus $110, so 13 euros and 44 cents out of thin air. So that's the reason why the forward cost cannot be 0.9. It can't be higher than 1.01 either. The reverse scenario would apply in that case. So that's why the forward rate of a currency is pretty much determined with the spot price and the interest rates at home versus interest rates in the abroad, for the foreign exchange we are talking about. This is pretty much what I want you to take from this chapter. I hope this video helps, and see you next time.